YouTube, what is going on? HeirofCarthage here, and yes, I am back in Imperator Rome. So this video is being sponsored by Imperator Rome and Paradox Interactive. Really appreciate from them. I'm happy to be back in it and was really excited when they offered because I really wanted to come check out the new update. And that's the big news here. So the latest update for the game, which is version 1.3, is now live. Brings with it a bunch of new features, which I'll discuss, and the new free Punic Wars content pack, which adds new missions for Rome and Carthage, as well as a Numidian army model and unique Carthaginian ship models. So really cool stuff that you all can go check out. So there is also a free week promotion coming up on Steam. You can look at the link in the video description and click on it for a chance to try the game for a week for free on your own. Make sure you go check out the link. Again, thanks to Imperator Rome and Paradox for sponsoring. Now I'm going to jump into a little bit of a summary for those who maybe aren't familiar with the game, which includes me. So first of all, let me just summarize what Imperator Rome is for those who may not yet be familiar with the game. Well, it's the latest grand strategy title in the Paradox development studio. It's set in the tumultuous centuries from Alexander's successful empires in the east to the foundation of the Roman Empire. Imperator Rome invites you to relive the pageantry and challenges of building in a classical era. Now, this is 1.3 update that you'll be seeing here. It's the second major update since launch, and as I mentioned earlier, just showing the dedication that they've continued to this game since launch, taking feedback from people who are playing and giving it to them. So some of the major changes, you're going to get a new free content pack, by the way. And this content pack is the Punic Wars, and it's available now, people. You can go on Steam. There will be links in the description. Please go check that out. So the free content pack is the Punic Wars, and what it gives you is a mission pack for the Romans and a mission pack for the Carthaginians. Obviously, I'm playing as Carthage. They didn't tell me to, but I want to because it's Carthage. The first mission I took on is actually the Pearl of Africa, and there were several other missions as well. In fact, from the Carthaginian side, there's 10 unique mission trees, so it's pretty cool. And I'm in this, I'm in the middle of this right now. My army is drilling right now, so sorry you're hearing that same jabbing sound over and over again. Let me get them to. All right, you guys can rest. We'll let this play for a minute anyway. Well, actually, we won't. We're gonna pause it because I want to show you all some stuff that's going on. But in any case, yes, 10 Carthaginian missions. Very cool stuff. Really focuses on what Carthage should have been focused on back in the day. It's really cool. Like, Pearl of Africa is all about bringing Africa up to snuff, getting the economies built, getting the food built, getting the ports built, and you can see I've accomplished some of these tasks already. So like fruits of Musa Lamia, and the growth of Thrabaka, and Thrabakania garrisons. And right now I was working on some missions over here to get the province food in Musa Lamia up to 600. This required me to build a city in the right province, which I'm kind of in the process of right now. Actually, I'm building granaries after I built the city, and then I should be able to get my food storage up. So the missions are kind of cool. It guides you. You get specific bonuses. So like, for instance, if we complete it, I get the bread and circuses, which is going to give me freeman happiness across my empire, which can be very helpful against unrest. Plus, you're getting more food and other things stored up in your empire, and it's making your empire stronger. So it's an example of how this tree goes, and the tree goes way on down here. It's really cool. So lots of stuff all the way down, and it looks like you get these main things down here in the end that you get to go through, and then when you finish the mission, growth of Carthage, embellish Carthage. So you gotta complete some of this to come down through here. You can abort the missions, go back, but it's really neat because it gives the game a direction. The game can be a sandbox or a map wipe or whatever you want, but honestly, this is the first time I've played the game and not just been focused on fighting all the time, which I kind of enjoy. Now, Rome gets a mission pack as well. It has a whole bunch of cool missions that guide them on your conquest of Italy and stuff, and I know that's what a lot of you will be interested in, and I'm sure it's great. It's just, I'm the heir of Carthage, and I like playing as Carthage. So, yeah, that's just the way it is. Anyway, I'll do some plays on this game. And obviously, again, this one's sponsored, but this is a game that I'm going to play anyway, and I'm really glad to see the update. But This game does take some time to learn. It's worth it, though. You invest the time and to learn how to manage characters. I still have a long way to go. I'm not anywhere close to where I need to be because it is a grand strategy game, and it has a lot more layers of complexity than, say, something like Total War, which is a little bit more like kind of an active strategic thing with the clicking and stuff like that. This one's a little bit deeper. And it's a lot of fun, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. And just in terms of some other things that they've added, there's a new character experience system. The more you ask your characters to do, the better they get at it, which is really cool. There's a new family system rework. There's fewer families, but they're more important. Better generated missions. A map mode manager that you see kind of down here. You can manage the different map modes that you're in. And then they have Inferno graphics, which I say is the drama of war. So if we're attacking a city, which I'm not right now, but you'll get to see stuff like that. There's greater attention to characters. And like I said, they reduced the number of major families to track to try and make it simpler, but you get more attention on those characters. National missions, so nations have historical and contextual missions that they can follow to kind of give some nice historical depth to it. Statesmanship, so characters will improve their skills as they move from office to office. And then there's army supply and supply train, so now they can carry food with them so that they won't suffer attrition as long as they're supplied, which is really cool because attrition was just brutal in this game early on, and that is a change that I can really get behind and appreciate. So really cool to see the support they put in this game. Let's play a little, okay? Shall we? Yes, we shall. In fact, it's playing right now, so let's go check our missions. And the province of Musa Lamia, let's see, we've completed the building that we needed, the granary, and we can now see that our food is gonna go up over time, so this is good. We're gaining about 10 food each month, so we will eventually hit our goal there, and that's gonna give us this bread and circuses effect. And let's take a look here. I have to have greater than 900 gold, which I do. Uzapa has to be the capital, it is, and it needs city status, and then 2 granary buildings. So let's head in here. Uzapa does not have city status. I can do that right here by spending 200 gold and 50 diplomatic influence here. So we're going to do that. We've had an oratory advance. This is good news for us. I'm going to close that there. I'm going to kind of save my cash. I know that I can do an invention right now, but I'm going to save the cash and be ready for that mission. Now we get a question of sanity here. Whether down to recent events, personal character, or political machinations, rather amusing bill has been brought before the assembly, listing in excruciating detail the curious personal habits of the Sifet Himilko Barca. The bill is naturally laughed out of the assembly, but the perpetrator refuses to come forward. How should we act? Well, at least everybody's laughing, so we gain popularity, or we can risk bad You know what? Let's just laugh the joke off. Just a joke. Someone's having fun. It's a kind of free country. It's a republic of sorts. A senior citizen by the name of Marhaba Badona approaches our Sufet in private. In a hushed voice, he spoke of a vision in the near future in which he was found by his loved ones having been killed. With shaking hands, he offered his worldly goods to the state in return for a protection. Dude, let's offer him protection. We get to keep his money. And we get loyalty. It's a deal, bro. It's a deal. It's the kind of deal I can get behind. So we've got 682 days before Uzapa becomes a city. Let's see what else is coming up in the missions. Ooh, civic advances. Get extra population capacities. Good, good, good. Missions. The Granary of Africa. Alright, so that one's on the way. I can't do anything in this tree yet. I'm not smart enough to know if there's a way to, like, confederate with my allies here, but I need to build a city and a fortification in these settlements, but it's owned by basically a tributary state. I've gone into diplomacy, but I don't yet know exactly how to do this other than attacking them, and I really don't want to do that. But there needs to be a city here. It's got the fortress. See if we take a look. Has 2 markets, but if we go here, it has to be all port territories in This has to... Hang on, do some of these belong to me, though? Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. This is a port... Oh, okay, I get it. I'm off my rocker. I don't own these, and it's fine. I missed that I had a port territory down here, so we actually can do this mission. We need to have city status and be fortified. We can handle that. First of all, we can build the fortress. And, let's see... Actually, we can't do that yet. Let's cancel this. Cancel that. Holy crap, what's this? We've been warned to be suspicious of gifts, especially in the current political climate. However, an interesting proposition has been made by Marhaba Badona, leader of the military faction. We should be wary of what they might expect in return. So we can get a whole bunch of, like, manpower, I believe is what this is. If we don't, then we lose a lot of loyalty off of them. Okay. Guess we'll take the manpower. Really don't want to lose a bunch of loyalty. Let's go in and get city status, because this is our port, and we need to found the city here in order to meet the criteria. So we'll get the city and then fortify, and then we start getting Punic citizens that appear as a reward. So we'll work on some of these missions. I haven't had to go to war yet, haven't been attacked by anybody, just a little bit of pirate activity. I've got some fleets that are moving around looking for enemies. In fact, let me see if I have one fleet that's at home right now. I'm gonna send it to hunt fleets. Here's my navies. Looks like they've stopped for a rest over here. Let's separate these two fleets. Send them to hunt, in case we have pirates about. Yeah, I didn't really want you to go back to port. I actually kind of intended for you to, like, go hunt fleets. Okay. Listen, broski. How about you just sail back to Carthage, then? That's exactly what this guy did. I guess because there's no fleets around. Let's get our first navy again and go ahead and... Yeah, I think he's headed back towards Carthage. Alright, that'll work. If some pirates pop up, we'll deal with them as they come. Let's check out the mission status. It looks like... let's see, how are we doing? We've got the 900 gold. We're still waiting on the city status. It's going to be quite a while. We've got everything underway. And we'll get the 900 gold back. I'm kind of thinking about going ahead and doing one of these inventions. Since we've reached level 1, we can work on some new stuff here. Reduction in monthly tyranny. I really don't have any tyranny right now. Don't have any aggressive expansion to worry about. Capital import routes. That would be nice to have an extra import route. It's going to cost us some gold, but we'll build back up to the 900. Logistics Bureau. Capital import routes. +1. Ooh, we found some pirates. We captured one of their vessels as well. Let's go to that location, see where we had the fight. It's right here off the coast. My income started off very low at like +12 per month, and it's now up quite a bit. So pretty happy. Again, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. We can bring in a new import. Each import has like a bonus that it can help bring. So local taxes, horses, like cavalry discipline, elephants would be kind of cool. I don't have any elephants right now, or a need for it, to be honest. Base metals. Let's get some metal. Let's see what's happened here. The game paused. We've received an envoy sent by Sufet Milkpeles, however you say that, ruler of our subject of Emporia. He offers our ruler, Sufet Himiko Barca, his personal friendship. Strengthening our connection with the subject could have its benefits. I think we should. I want to keep these guys close. They can certainly help me out if we are drawn into any type of larger war. Defeated pirates yet again. Defeating plenty of pirates. Let's head over to the port here and make sure our ships get a chance to repair. Let's pull these guys out. Actually, they're almost repaired. We can pull them out and send them on the hunt. Hunt fleets. doing here? Zappa, Thane. Yeah, I've got so much to learn about this game. We have another import route here. Research points if we bring in Papyrus. Starting experience. These are military buffs, population buffs. We don't have any of this we can really import. I'm not worried about moving slaves around. This could be, well, we're not exporting it. But we could bring it in and try and get a surplus in the capital. Sinai, bring in the fish. An accident in Kinna Threbakanya. We've been told that of a major industrial accident at the extensive works in the vicinity of Kinna Threbakanya in Threbakanya. Base metals is the main export of the city. It seems the knuckleheads in charge of the site allowed the parts of the structural supports to fall into neglect. Huge collapse all but wiped out the working shift of slaves, and the owners have come groveling to the provincial authorities for compensation. Slaves themselves are none too happy with the loss of their friends and family, and naturally cagey. Without significant repairs, there's no way production can be maintained anywhere near the previous level, and the slaves are bound to cause problems without a show of goodwill. So we can compensate the owners and ensure decent working. That'll make the citizens happy. We lose some money, but we gain popularity. We can only recover the repair costs. For pity's sake, seize their property and compensate the slaves. Woo! So it makes the citizens unhappy, but it makes our slaves happier. That's interesting. I wonder why that one's colored green. I kind of want to go with this one because it's the best overall turnout, it feels like. Okay. So we continue to make advances. We need to save up our money back to 900, so I'm going to let that go. Let's kind of check things out. I'll show you a little bit of these map modes here. Got a terrain map mode, political. There's a whole bunch of map modes. Culture. So culture-wise, like I've got a lot of Phoenician, but we've also got a lot of Masazalian culture, as you can see here, deeper into the interiors of Africa. So it shows you that there's a bit of a culture split, and that can be, you know, it can be challenging depending on what's going on. Here's religion-wise, Canaanite, but obviously you've got the these different religions through here. Megalithic, I think is how it was pronounced there. Province map mode, which kind of gives you a quick look at your province, what their what the governor's MO is, and kind of how things are going. It shows you the loyalty of the province. We've got pretty questionable loyalty over here at Masazalia, but it could be worse. We'll take it. So anyway, the province mode is useful. And then you got the supply map mode, shows you how your supplies look if you're going to be moving an army. Fortifications, and then there's others here in this manager. So terrain, political, players, religion, trade goods, provinces, regions, simple terrain, diplomacy, barbarian power. I mean, there's so much stuff, and you can drag it down here to use it if you need to. So also one of the other things new is they added in a few new soundtracks, which you're hearing as we go through here as well. Zappa becomes a city. So we've picked up a new city. Let's go back to the political map mode here. And I believe we have to have 2 granaries. So we can complete the bread and circuses mission here. We'll lose the 600 food, but it gives National Freeman happiness. And we just need the 2 granaries to complete this one. Let's do it. Bread and circuses, here we go. So we complete yet another. And we've, apparently that bypassed this one. Oh, I didn't know that it bypassed. So I guess you could have completed either of these. Ooh, comet sighting. A terrifying thunderclap over the skies of Carthage last night heralded a terrifying, awe-inspiring sight. The very fabric of creation seemed rent asunder by flame and smoke, as if Baal Haman himself. People were cowered in their homes, seeking to avoid the certainty of the imminent wrath of the divine. Almost as soon as the manifestation appeared, it crept away over the horizon, seeming to settle in the territory of our neighbor, Tendaria. In haste, the resident expert in matters of faith was summoned to explain the mystery. According to Ithobael, this event can only have been a message sent by Baal Haman, intended to legitimize our position as a chosen people. In haste, the resident expert in matters of faith was summoned to explain this mystery. According to Ithobael, this event can only have been a message. Oh, well, I got lost there. He insists that Baal Haman must have made a minor miscalculation when he sent his message into the lands of Tendarian neighbors. We must all do in our power to possess the city of Captian, where the divine must have landed. Owning the territory will continue this event chain. Where is this? Go to. Stability is increased. This is good. I don't know where this... Oh, wow, it's over here. Ooh, boy. Here's Tendaria. We would have to be at war with them. Let's see what their diplomatic status is. Ha! They're at war with Rome. So we could jump on them. Ooh, that could be dicey. Rome is gaining a foothold over there too, though, but do we really have the wherewithal to go fight Rome right now? We may not. See how our port trades. So we got to have the city status, which is about to be complete, and then once we do, we have to build a fort here. Let's take care of that and continue on this mission tree. Get an offer of trade here. We'll take from Acragas. Let's see here. 10, 11 days. This is cool. They have added a lot of stuff here. There's so much depth to this game. A lot of stuff to go follow, too. The coming of the city. So we've completed the city. And now we can go on to build. Oh, what did they ask us to build here? Fortified. It needs to be fortified. Granaries raided. Bull crap! Nobody be raiding my granaries. We've received word from the local officials in the province of Iolia. Food stockpiles have been looted by malcontents. It seems they hope to make tensions worse by forcing hungry people into action. So have to replace the stockpile. So that gets the governor extra loyalty. We lose some money. There's a food shortage for a while. We make the governor cover the cost. He gets ticked. Carthage loses political influence and manpower. The loyalty of Iolia. So does this one, and it increases the loyalty of the governor, and it seems like we get the same negative modifier. So let's replace the stockpile. And then let's build our fort here. It will be 900 days until the fortress is complete. Wow, that is quite the construction project. But we'll be able to complete that. And then in order to... we have to invest in 3 new trade routes in Carthago. Unfulfilled conditions. How do we get new trade routes? Let's go to the location of the pirates here. Let's find my navies. Let's get these guys out here and send them to hunt fleets. Accept the trade offer. There's an election coming up. And we have an invention. Let's see if there's a... Primary culture happiness. That can't be a bad thing. Population conversion speed. Both of those could be handy. More so than probably anything else here. I mean, as far as I know, I wouldn't know. Let's get this primary culture happiness. Population conversion speed. Population growth, army morale recovery. Not worried about those at the moment. Stability drop, great. Okay, let's drill our army a little bit too. In case we end up in battle soon, I don't want these guys just sitting around getting flabby. We have to have a market, 2 markets in each of its ports. Well, we could probably start that. This is our only... Oh, is this one? Is this different province? Okay, so I think we need 2 markets here as well. And we have 3 building slots. That should satisfy the next mission here as well. So we'll have some of those missions in there. Let's see what's going up here in Tindaria. Are they still at war with Rome? They are still at war with Rome. They've only got 6 cohorts and almost no manpower. I think we could defeat them. Scientific. One of our researchers, that Noam Barca, thinks he's just about to make a notable scientific break. Oh, I hate that sound in the background. Easy. Alright, all that's needed is some more supplies and funds to be able to get his hands on some of these. He has personally asked the Suffet if he can be given access. So we can give him access. Carthage gains a corrupt researcher, so we lose research points. That kind of sucks. Or else, I don't know, this guy can just, he can sod off. I'm not really interested right now. Attachments, embark army. Let's recruit to the army. Let's get some heavy infantry. We really don't have any heavy infantry. Pretty expensive to maintain. We need a little bit of backbone in this army. What does the supply train do? Food storage. That's pretty cool, actually. Ooh, check out the storm going on. That looks pretty nice. Alright, so we're going to get some heavy infantry recruited. And I don't know that I'll get to do it on this episode, but I think we'll go for this settlement here. Since that's the kind of mission chain that we've been prompted towards. Heavy infantry discipline could be useful at this point too. Gonna take some gold. I probably better stop spending like a drunken sailor for a moment though. Let's take a moment to check out what our unrest and loyalty looks like. It's looking good. It was actually red over here earlier, so this is improving. It's looking pretty good. I don't see any major loyalty issues. Let's head back into the political map mode. What do we got up here? We can call in another omen. I've been continuing to just call in like the Blessing of Melkort to push commerce. If I got into a war, obviously, I think my position would change there a little. We've done our recruiting. Let's set up our primary cohorts as heavy infantry. Let's see here. It says the secondary. This is the type of cohorts that will be in the second row and will engage the enemy after the primary cohorts. What do we even have in this army? All we have is light infantry. Well, we do have light infantry flanking. Kind of tells us what it does here. Wow, we got a lot of trade offers coming in. Food storage, morale taken, damage versus. So this helps us against heavy cavalry, chariots, light infantry, and supply train. Or it does. Actually, let's see what this one does. Does a lot of damage versus a supply train. Really, if I put the light infantry there, war elephants do a lot of damage in this flanking cohort. So I'm going to select the war elephants there and put the light infantry. Light infantry is honestly not great in any of these positions. Archers would be better. Guess I'll just put the light infantry and leave the elephants on the flank. I wonder if we could get some light cavalry recruited as well. I don't want to train a lot more units, but no, we don't have that option. I don't think I have horses. We could try and swap up one of our trade routes. Current imports. We're importing fish twice, so let's remove one of those and bring in horses. Does that allow me to recruit these now? No, it does not. Huh. Let's see, the Council of Cortes sent an envoy proclaiming the harvest trade taxation have all produced a huge surplus and a splendid show of national spirit. They have decided to offer the additional income to the state. Perhaps we could let them spend the money for their own uses. So the donation, we take it, we get 20 gold, we lose some loyalty. We can build a marketplace. We can hold some games, which gives loyalty and happiness. The current and the popularity for the governor goes up. That could be good. And we can ask the residents, and they'll do whatever they want. Let's do this one. Help the governor gain some popularity. Got an unused trade route here. Oh, did I? Yeah, I forgot to click where it's coming in from. Ha! That explains probably why I couldn't do anything. There's so much to learn about this game. Yeah, so now we can get scout cavalry and heavy cavalry. It tells us what they're good at. They're good against archers, decent against camels, chariots, light cav, infantry, supply train. Let's look at the scouts. Decent against a lot of this stuff. Cheaper to maintain for sure. Let's get a couple scouts. Maybe one scout and one heavy. Alright, that should be enough army. And I think we'll embark on the next episode and go after Caption and then see if we can continue some of these missions here. Let's see how we're doing here. We're only, well, you know what? We'll wait around until we get this fortress just so we can complete this Mediterranean Sea trade. Really wanted to complete that one so that we get at least another piece. But these missions make it fun, especially for a new player like me. Doesn't really know what he's doing. At least this gives me something to guide on and help you learn little aspects of the game. So this is very appreciated from a player who is relatively unversed in these very deep paradox games. So definitely something that I appreciate. I'm excited to get on this, this action here. Embark. Give the order to embark on the 2nd Navy. We gotta wait on our heavy cavalry. Representative visited, claiming to have been sent by this other Barca here. Speaking earnestly, he tells of a deal. Donate a vast sum of money to the treasury in return for nothing but favorable outlook in future activities. Taking donations becoming more commonplace, perhaps this isn't so bad. So we can take his money and they become friends. We can tick them off. Or just, yeah, tick him off even more. We'll take his money. It may come back to bite me in the butt later on, but we'll take his money. I'm assuming I would need a casus belli on these people here, would I not? If I'm going to go to war, this game, the diplomacy is a little deeper. You can't just waltz in. It tells you, we got to pick a goal to fight for here. We're going to lose stability. Just not good. And the goal would be to show superiority, so that's not exactly what we want to do here. We could fabricate a claim, which is probably what we should do. So we'll fabricate a claim on their province. So allow me a casus belli to not take as big of a stability loss. I need to figure out like what all buildings I should be building in other places. I really honestly don't know some of the things. So I'll have to dig in, see what I can learn, and come teach you all in the next one, if I can teach you anything. But I'm just happy to be involved here. This is kind of cool, this little settlement here. Not much out here. Let's embark the army. This leaves us with no army on this land, though, that we'd have to rely on mercenaries, which could be a bit dangerous if we march out. Let's go ahead and embark. Embark. Himilco and his dreams of high office are fairly well known in the Senate. Recently, he's been lobbying more urgently of his suitability for the role of tribune, while ordinarily we would be able to appoint whoever we liked without causing offense. His enthusiasm puts us in a rather awkward position regarding the incumbent official. We can give him the job, and it's going to make the other guy angry. Becomes a tribune. Himilco loses 60 gold. Gonna become corrupt. We get some gold. Okay, so we can basically bribe him. Or we can tick him off, and then the other guy is happier. I'm gonna give the job to Himilco. Hey, where are you going? I don't remember telling you to go over there. I'm gonna go drop the army over here. Start to move into position. Wonder if we have that Casus Belli. Claim fabrication progressed by 5.4% each month. Claim is expected to be ready around the 1st of July, 474. So we got a while to wait, but we'll have our army in position, and I'll start drilling them. There we go. And let's see. I believe we can complete a mission here. Yes, the Mediterranean sea trade is complete. And we've now gained all those different Punic pops that will come in there. And then we're building a market, building 2 markets in the port. So we'll finish some of this on the next episode. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Again, thank you to Imperator Rome and Paradox for sponsoring this. Next time with Tendaria, and continue to work on this cool new mission tree that we've been given. If y'all have any comments or advice for me, please feel free. Happy to read your advice. Happy to read the advice. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing out.